It's the here. This one of the hottest. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Beautiful counter punch. They exchange punches. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Well done with that counter shot. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. That counter punch caught him clean. He threw a punch and just got countered. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
You just see the nerves on that fight stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And it's survival time for David Benavidez. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Catch and shoot. There's a counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
The bell, sometimes it could...
Here we go for round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Caution being thrown to the wind. Both men step back for just a moment. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Hard, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talking about David Benavidez in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second.
I love that. I love that.
There's the bell to start round three. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Jab slightly off target. Perfect counter lands. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Couldn't land that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. Jacobs in real trouble.
That's it. Nice and smooth. Stay that way.
I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
What?
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Wow.
Back at it in round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That counter shot lands. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Good counter punch. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. No rest for the weary. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the score. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
How about that time counter shot? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
His stamina is off the charts. Nice exchange here from both men. You'd like to see more jabs. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it. There's the bell to start round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out. Test, and down goes Daniel Jacobs. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
I need to see that again.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
You need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. His stamina is off the charts. Can't find a home for that jab. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Jacobs in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
And there's the bell for round 7. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Nice counter shot. A perfect counter shot. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. And that left hook doesn't find its target. Beautiful counter shot. time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Good man. And win this next round. You got complacent.
You're still running your power shots. Don't forget the jab.
And there's the bell for round 8. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And he scores with the counter. Nice counter punch. His stamina is off the charts. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Lucky that hook didn't score. Every time they drop. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, it's go back to the drawing board time. A unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight. What a style. What a pace. To get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.